everybody, I'm Sam the Cooking Guy. This is how to perfect your backyard barbecue skills. I'm Sam Zion, Sam the Cooking Guy. This is my backyard, my home. This is where we shoot our YouTube channel. We have almost 3.5 million subscribers now, and we make food that we say is big in taste, but small in effort. This is this guy right here. Open nature, wild caught Alaskan sockeye salmon. It's beautiful, it's delicate, it's fantastic. These guys are about a pound. 2-3 people will come off of this thing easily. And we're gonna cook it on a cedar plank. But the thing to remember is you have to soak these first. Because if you don't soak it, what's gonna happen? It's gonna become a fire stick in your grill. I'm putting it right on the grill. So I'm gonna prep this salmon right here. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. And then we're gonna get it on the plank that I've been soaking. So, we start with a little kosher salt and granulated garlic, just a bit. No pepper this time because I have hot sauce that we're using. So we'll just give this a gentle seasoning. Remember, salt. Use the right way, doesn't make things salty. This salmon will have a much better flavor because I'm using salt, right? So now we've got two things. One is some mayo. And I know this might seem like an odd move, but this just adds a layer of moisture that is so fantastic. Use whatever favorite mayo you have. Whatever you got in your pantry, you got it. It's ready for you. Okay, now we follow that up with a little hot sauce, like this. Just a nice little coverage. And now if you're looking at this and you're going, oh, Sam, now I think you're making it too hot with all that hot sauce. I'm going to show you something. Because what comes next is brown sugar. And the brown sugar, yes, is going to tamper down that hot sauce, but it's going to help glaze and add a level of flavor that is just crazy delicious. It's all about flavor, folks. It's all about flavor. So what? This went together in about 10 seconds, maybe? Okay, now let me show you the plank, because this is very important. And I do have to wipe this because I got to be clean. Chance, can you show over here?
Absolutely.
Look what I have. I have a cooler, and in the cooler is a cedar plank, and you have to weight it down because if you don't, what's going to happen? It's going to float, and the top won't get as wet as it should be. Right, so up this comes. And while it's still like this, while it's still wet, now we're going to take our salmon. We're going to put this guy right on here, like this. Always want to try and find a plank that's a little bit bigger than your salmon, so the salmon's not right at the edges, okay? Now we're going to the grill and putting it right on. And this is our last one, folks. And then you're all going to go away and make everything we've made here today. My grill is hot. It still has rib on it, and that's okay. We're going to take this salmon on the cedar plank, put it down, and we're going to shut the lid. So we want to cook this like an oven now. We're going to use the heat that's protected by the cedar plank. It could flare up a little bit. It's still wood, even though I've been soaking it for a while. And you saw I soaked it in a cooler. I was doing a demo one day. There's a bunch of people. I was talking about cedar plank salmon. Somebody said, how do you soak a plank that's big? Because sometimes you get a big side of salmon that's bigger. And I say, oh, I use a big cooler or something for it. Some guy puts his hand up. He goes, I got a better thing. I go, what? He goes, my bathtub. I go, that is maybe the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. And if you do that, sir, please at least promise me you won't tell your guests that you've been in that tub last night, soaping up, and now the thought of it in my mind is not good. So now here's the question. You're wondering, I don't even need to ask producer Jeff what the questions are about this, because you're wondering how long this should be. And I say it's approximately 7 minutes for every inch of salmon thickness. But like the shrimp, remember, you can eat salmon raw. In fact, we do, all the time at sushi restaurants. Probably one of the most popular raw sushi items out there. Salmon, uncooked. But then, 2 days later, after having raw sushi, salmon, you go to your Aunt Ruth's house and she makes some salmon in the oven and it's a little undercooked and you're like, oh, I do not like this. Well, it shouldn't be overcooked. It shouldn't be flaky and dry. It should have some elegance to it. Here's how that's looking. And the other way to do it is you could use an instant read thermometer. And if you've got one, like I have right here, you're looking for your salmon to be probably between 125, 125 to 130. And then you're going to be great. Jeff, we have like 2 minutes. Questions?
Sure.
Let's go.
Laura in Portland, Oregon asked,
Hi, Laura.
any tips for cooking for a crowd that has diverse eating preferences, such as vegans?
Oh, there's always that question. Well, look, you're never going to go wrong with veggies, ever. One of my favorite things to do on this, or in a grill basket right here, are vegetable fajitas. They're fantastic. If you're dealing with a true vegan, you're going to have issues with the sour cream or cheese for it. But you cannot accommodate every single little nuance that someone has. So when we cook here, when we have a family event, I have a daughter-in-law that is not particularly fond of meat. So there's always salmon somewhere on the menu, always. Hey, Jill, I think the little green onions got taken away. I'll take them back. There's always salmon on the menu, but there's always a giant salad. We do a big salad. So like a big salad like this. And then if I want it to be a grilled chicken salad, I would have that on the side. If I'm using shrimp, that would go on the side. If I knew that there were people that didn't really want to be involved in all of that. Look, it's a really good question, and it's a legitimate one because it happens to all of us every time we entertain. You get the phone call from somebody saying, I'm coming, but I don't want this and I can't have that. You can't accommodate every single thing. So if you deal in general categories, big salads, fish, that kind of stuff, you're going to be fine. So this guy says it's 80. What was that? You can see this, right? Yeah. Ow. So wait, I got to bring it closer. $73. So we're not there. But I'm thinking it's starting to feel like it's getting there. Okay, we'll give it another couple of seconds, another couple of minutes, and it will be beautiful. All right. Fresh Pass subscribers, you know the benefits of being a subscriber. And the question is, are you taking advantage of it? Because there's a lot of things that come that, we get the emails. They tell us about these coupons and stuff. And listen, stuff's expensive enough these days. If you have a way of saving lots, and I'm pretty certain that your membership fee is more than covered by the benefits that you get. So everybody should be one. And if you're watching this and you're not, why don't you go register after this and say Sam sent you. It'll be meaningless. There's probably not even a spot on the form, but maybe you just write it in someplace. It would be funny. They'll be at Albertson's head office typing in the new membership people. Who's Sam? Why is Sam on all these things? Because you should be. All right, I'm going to take this off. We've gone long enough, so watch how this is going to go down. I'm going to do one thing to it right here, Chancellor. Look, now it's really starting to bubble and look great. I'm going to give it another blast. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Kill the heat. Let me just do this. Hold on. I'm going to take it off and put it on this because it looks nice. Right there. Right there. Come back to this side, Chancey. And here's how we finish. That is so pretty. That is so pretty. And then just some green onions over the top. That's my jam. I could eat this all day long. The most beautiful salmon. Oh, wild caught, open nature. What could be better?